afternoon.
Yeah, that's what that's what I remembered. You had some readings to do. Wow.
Every Sunday I do that.
And is that on the air?
No, it's live.
Just for customers, then, you mean?
Yeah, for clients, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess that's probably your biggest day because people work throughout the week, right? So
Evenings and weekends. It depends because I do more things than readings too, so I do paranormal work.
Feng Shui too, right?
Feng Shui, I do house blessings.
What's Feng Shui?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh,
Adam,
good.
do you know what that is? Can Adam tell us what it is, or is he muted?
I can tell you what it is.
I'm here.
She wants Adam to tell.
All right, go ahead.
My understanding of Feng Shui is that I have a rather limited understanding of it. It has to do with well, it's kind of a way of life, I guess. It has to do with positions of like objects or furniture or things in your life.
Really? Is that correct, Paisley?
Yeah, it's basically working with the placement of furniture or a set of keys or organizing your desk in a specific way that creates security, safety, harmony, abundance, good health, that kind of thing. It's very cool.
Layout of your furniture and just the house itself, right?
Yeah, but it could be even... So, for example, let's say you rent a small office space and you have a desk in that room. You're going to even want to organize your desk in a feng shui kind of style to create the most business, to create the most wealth for your business.
You know what? Yeah, it also has to do with Kaizen.
I don't know what
that?
Kaizen is.
Kaizen is you don't know what Kaizen is, but you know what Feng Shui is. They work together.
I haven't heard of Kaizen.
See, I've trained in the Japanese arts, as well as I do Reiki and Shiatsu.
Awesome.
But
Feng Shui is Chinese, so
yeah,
that's why I don't know the Japanese way.
It fits in with all that though too. Feng Shui is Chinese, but I think Kaizen is Japanese. It's similar. It's the order that things are put or laid out to make it quicker and more efficient to do your job.
Oh,
or
so this
the order of
is
operations.
slightly different than Feng Shui then.
Yeah, it is.
It's
slightly different.
Quick.
It's slightly different, but
It's
works
not
with
about quicker. It's about the energy flow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But that works with it too. Just so that it's ergonomically set up too for, like, say, where your pens are or where these things are in your desk. Does ergonomics have anything to do with it?
It is actually ergonomic, but it's not focused in that way. So, for example, if you couldn't reach your pens, then there's not a good flow. The energy, you'd have to get up out of your chair and reach over the table and knock stuff out,
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, so it's sort of ergonomically set up for access first, and then the spiritual aspect comes into it.
Yeah, it changes relationships, health, abundance, fame and reputation, family and ancestors, children and creativity, helpful people in travel, career.
Where did you learn that? I know there's a lot of Chinese culture out that way. You're in D.C., right? Yeah.
I learned 7 different styles of Feng Shui when I took my course at a metaphysical school here in the Lower Mainland of Vancouver.
There's 7 kinds?
Yes.
Oh my God. We could do a whole show on this.
Oh my gosh, we could. I teach like many subjects of it.
Can you tell us a little bit how they're different? and talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, well, some of them. So, for example, the Chinese traditional feng shui is quite a bit different than like the Western Canadian kind of feng shui. So, if you buy two different books, one book might say, oh, you might read the book, Darren, and it might say you should put a mirror in your bedroom on this corner facing north or something to promote such and such. But the other book might say, whatever you do, don't put a mirror in the bedroom. And lots of people have mirrors in their bedroom already. So it doesn't mean that one book is right and one book is wrong. It just means if you're already doing something and your flow is good, like your relationships are good and your health is good and you're making lots of money and things are flowing well for you, don't change too much. Like if it's working, don't fix it. So there's Chinese traditional feng shui, and then there's Lo Pan feng shui. So for example, there's a type of feng shui where you would measure with a compass the direction that the sunlight comes through each window in each room.
Oh, wow.
And there's feng shui that would determine based on someone's birthday, which way the head of, like, when you're placing your bed in your bedroom, sometimes you have a couple different choices where to put the headboard. So some forms of feng shui will take the birthday of the occupants of the home and say, well, the wife, this is her birthday, so her head should face southwest. It can be very complicated. I take a combination of Western feng shui, like Canadian feng shui, and Chinese feng shui, and I kind of blend them together.
I don't know if that'd work at my house. Honey, I'm putting this southwest. She would go nuts.
Well, what do you do if your partner's birthday, has to face north and you have to face south? Like, how does that work? Man.
You get two twin beds and sleep across from each other, I guess.
What they do actually is they find out people's birthday and their astrology before they get married, so that their birthdays are compatible with each other. They take this very seriously in China.
So, is it typically like a non-cluttered kind of a thing? Like, you try to have just enough furniture? Does it matter what type of furniture or just where it is?
It's more about the placement. But they also pay very much attention to the shape and style of the furniture, but also what the furniture is made out of. So, for example, in Feng Shui, you want to balance wood, water, air, fire, and earth.
The elements, yeah.
Oh.
So the element of metal is represented by a round symbol. So, for example, you might have a glass bowl on your dining room table that's round. So even though it's glass, which is the element of water, it's also round, so it represents metal and water. And then if you put flowers in the bowl, that represents earth. And if the dining table's, let's say, a long square, like a long rectangle, the shape of the rectangle is represented by wood. And your table might be made out of, could be made out of anything. It could be made out of wood. If it was a wood table and it's a round shape, then it's wood and it's metal because of the shape. So Feng Shui is a balance of all the elements.
Huh.
But it's also a balance of all the colors. And it's a balance of all the numbers.
Can you get better Feng Shui for sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
Sure.
So you're kind of like an interior decorator, but on a spiritual level.
Yes, except I don't go in and like move people's things around. I go in and assess their property, and then I give them cures for things that could be missing. So, for example, if a room was perfectly square, you would divide it up into something called a Feng Shui Bagua, and it's a Chinese word, and it just means you would divide it up into 9 sections, kind of like a tic-tac-toe, that kind of shape where there's 9 sections. And okay. So depending on where the entrance of the room is, so let's say you enter the room on the south side. So when you're walking into the room, you're facing north. Okay? So in the far right-hand corner, that's the relationship section. So sometimes you'll go into a room, and because of where the water heater is or where the closet is or something, the relationship section is missing. So you'd want to pump that up if you want to be in relationships with people and have healthy relationships.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. You know, I've always...
Sometimes people have their toilet in their relationship section, just for an example. And they can't figure out why their relationships aren't going very well. Plus, they leave the seat up. That doesn't help either. Seriously, because it makes your relationships kind of go down the toilet.
Yeah, because you're setting up it's just like setting up a trap for someone, really. If you do that,
that's interesting.
You're setting
I've
up
heard
a trap.
that word.
Yeah,
but I never knew what it was for, and what it was. It's so fascinating. I remember at my old house, I always felt so close to my wife. You know, in our living room. You know, because of how we had it set up, and I always feel a little separated in this house. I wonder if I should have some. Is it feng shui?
Yeah, I say feng shui.
Feng shui. F-E-N-G.
Feng shui. That is fascinating. What about crystals? Do you use crystals too?
Well, I don't necessarily use crystals like in my readings unless I'm doing I teach classes. So
I meant for in the house. Setting up the house.
So if somebody has a staircase, let's say it's a main floor ranch and there's no attic, but there's a downstairs level and there's a staircase in the middle of the home, like not close to the front door and not close to the back door, but in the middle. Let's say there's a spiral staircase going down because it's a luxury home. Sometimes people just spend time on the main floor and nobody wants to go downstairs. Sometimes the staircase isn't grounded properly, so I might advise someone to hang a crystal above the staircase in the ceiling so that when the light hits the crystal, like it's faceted and it moves around with, the air and the doors and the air conditioning, whatever. So when the crystal moves, it moves the energy down the staircase to create a more grounded stairwell.
Is that why people always had crystal chandeliers?
No, they just have them because they're cool.
Okay.
Yeah, to make themselves feel rich.
They look really good. Yeah, they look really good on Downton Abbey.
Yeah, it makes these, some people are really materialistic and they want to look rich in front of their neighbors, so that's why they would do something like that. Look how rich I am.
Well, does that crystal affect anything, though? Maybe it does, and we never knew.
The chandeliers?
Yeah. I think they do, actually.
Got the wrong kind of crystal.
Well, no. You know what? Here's the thing. It could be a faceted piece of glass or a faceted piece of plastic, because some chandeliers and lamps have plastic crystals on them. It's more about the intention. So if it looks like it's glass and you don't go over and touch it, you don't know if it's crystal. Is it glass? Is it lead crystal? Is it plastic? You don't know, but it gives the impression of crystal. So it gives the impression of movement, of light, but also it gives the impression of water. And water helps things flow. But you don't want to have too much water. You don't want money to flow right into your wallet and right out of your wallet.
Okay.
You want to enjoy it and spend it and hang out with money,
Okay.
There was this lady, she named her dog Money. And she was talking about her dog. And she said, money follows me around everywhere I go. And every time I call for money, money comes to me. She's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a good idea.
Right.
And you're always thinking that, so you're always putting this spell on yourself, constantly putting a money spell on yourself, attracting money.
Yeah.
That's by saying it.
I was just thinking that the law of attraction would that could the money dog thing with the law. It could help with the manifesting with the law of attraction.
Yeah, or you can get a monkey and call it money, And he has a little cup, and he does song and dance, and like he has a little like bells and stuff, and maybe an accordion.
Little cymbals.
Yeah, and then you call him Money, and he's got a coffee cup. That's perfect.
And remember, there's lots of names for money. Like you could call that monkey Cash, right?
Oh yeah, you can call him Cashy, Cashew,
Bucks.
Cashew.
I had a friend with a dog named Boy. I thought that was funny. Come here, Boy.
That's awesome.
Hey, I used to have a dog that was named Jake.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 He was quite a bit of a troublemaker. That one.
What breed?
He was a Shih Tzu cross.
Yeah. Nice.
Did you try to teach him how to fly? Like a poodle? Fly
Like a
poodle.
pig?
Fly like a poodle. And then throw
So, like,
one of these things is going to catch on one day and we'll make a lot of money, man. We're trying to
Like, we
teach
gotta-
poodles how to fly, you know.
we got to put out the numbers.
All right, yeah, it's 775-990-8447. Call in for a reading from Paisley Town, or you can ask Adam Shadow or the Wolfman himself. We're all readers, so there's 3 of us here, but Paisley's only here tonight. So
yes.
yeah, if you want to call
she
in,
gave me a really
you can
good
also
reading the first time I met her.
find me Wolfman Mike 47 on Skype, or you can call the number is 775-990-8447. I'm gonna post it on hashtag 47talk and the Spreaker chat room. By the way, everyone, the best way to hear us is tell your friends too. Find us on Spreaker.com. Look for Monster Castle Paranormal, or you can look for Wolfman Mike 47, and you can follow me or follow the show, whatever you want to do. If you follow me, you're gonna get notifications for both my shows. That's the Dirty Rotten Taro and Monster Castle Paranormal. And if you just want one or the other, just follow the show. So that's the best way to do it. And then when I go live, you'll be notified with an email right away when I go live. It's cool. And also, check us out. Our network is KTLKTheFringe.fm. We'll be going live on The Fringe at 3 o'clock. So I'm looking for a way to switch over, so I'm going to use that other alternate for the break coming up. I'm going to play the alternate intro.
Paisley liked that one.
Yes, very good.
Did you like which intro? The one I played tonight?
The one from last week. The one the kids.
Oh, the ones. Okay, yeah, it's coming up. I'm going to use that one to intro us onto the network.
Yeah. So Michael, are you taking Skype calls too? Cause,
yeah.
Allison tried to call and she said she couldn't get through.
That was okay. I'll try calling her back. That's who that was.
Okay.
I'm gonna call that number back. I was just thinking that. Might as well. It's calling it right now. That's who that was. I was wondering. Somebody tried calling a couple times. I know Zach wants to call in too. I'm not sure if you were done with my reading yet, Paisley, because I started interrupting you with all this advertising shit.
That's okay. I can read you anytime.
Oh yeah, were you done with me?
Did you have more questions? Allison's not answering.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh. Okay.
The audience can't hear it anyway.
Okay.
That part. No worries.
So, Mike, I have a question for you, Mr. Wolfman.
All right.
Do you have a question for me about relationships?
How long will it last?
See, you're doing it again.
Yeah, negative thinking.
So I just want to tell you something interesting about relationships. I'm not going to tell you how long it's going to last because I feel like you already know the answer to that. Right? Am I correct?
Forever.
There you go. Relationships are tricky for you because you like to partner with people and you like to be constantly in relationship and you like to be totally independent and you like to be alone.
Strange.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty complicated.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, that's weird. That number called me back too, and then I tried to pick it up, and then it dropped. Just when you were talking. Okay, yeah, you got me dead on, pretty much. Yeah, I got to get my ding ding sounds out, for these.
Absolutely. Get the drum kit out.
Oh, I don't have it in this. Is a smaller studio that I moved to, so I'm. Next time I move, I'll get a bigger room for this, and the drums will come back.
Okay.
I should get some little sound drops though, because I can always do that. Yeah.
I didn't know you had a drum kit, so there you
Actually,
go.
I used to have it right beside me. I could jump onto it anytime I was on the air. I could jump on my drums live. Yeah, my last setup.
I was listening to your Motown show the other night. That was pretty cool.
Right on.
Well, not the grilled cheese sandwich part, but the rest of the show was amazing.
I forget about the grilled cheese sandwich part. Maybe
somebody was ironing something. Like it was nasty.
Oh wow!
Do you remember now? There was a caller.
Oh, maybe.
Darren, you remember, don't you?
Oh,
yeah, that's Willie. That was awful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Correct?
Willie did some bad
No grilled
calls.
cheese sandwiches tonight, folks.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. Wolfman, a couple people I know are trying to call, but they're having trouble. I don't know.
Well, I've been trying to take calls here. The line's wide open. So I tried picking it up. I tried calling back. Don't know what's going on. I'll try calling back again here.
The phone line's working too?
It should be working. Yeah, that's what somebody was using. Yeah, see? There's no answer.
I don't know. Okay. Well,
I don't know what to do with that.
We can chalk it up to Mercury retrograde. Are you familiar with that?
Wolfman Mike 47 on Skype.
I've
With
heard of that.
with a small M.
Oh, man. Shut up, Skype. Okay.
Adam, you were going to say something.
Oh, my God. I thought it was
Yeah,
done.
it's saying that I've heard of Mercury in retrograde. That's the phenomenon where Mercury seems to be going in a reverse rotation around the sun.
That's right. It affects communication a great deal. So it makes callers not be able to call in and affects communication. It's the time, once in a while, you'll get a situation happening where somebody might be texting your cell phone and you keep checking your messages and there's no messages and they're texting you and you're waiting for the text and it's not coming through and you get the text like a day later. That's usually the kind of fun stuff that happens during a retrograde.
Yeah. That's interesting. I always wondered that, actually.
Yeah, we're just going into a retrograde right now that's going to last for 3 weeks. It only happens 3 times a year, thank goodness. It's kind of like full moon energy for the whole month, basically.
Oh, that's not good for me.
Well, it's good if you know ahead of time, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I could use it to my advantage, right?
Yeah. Being a wolf, you'd want to know when it's a full moon. So your full moon's coming up April the 10th, which is right around the corner. Monday.
Oh, yeah, I can already feel that coming on.
And tomorrow, April 9th, is the beginning of the retrograde.
I used to literally have my friends keep me in the house when I was younger because went so wild on full moons. I had to tell people, just don't let me go out of the house. Keep me in here.
That's why they call you Wolfman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to go a little nuts. Eric, are you there?
Yeah.
Right on.
Hey, hi, Paisley.
Hey, Eric,
Hi,
how are
Paisley.
you? How's Sedona?
It's pretty nice. I'm pretty exhausted, but I just wanted to call and ask you a question. Does the retrograde affect different...
Is the Mosser
like
Castle
I'm Sagittarius,
Paranormal
for
Radio
example, is
Show.
going to affect me different than a Leo or somebody like that?
I think the retrograde pretty much affects everybody, but there's certain astrology signs. I don't study astrology, but there's certain astrology signs that are ruled by Mercury, so the retrograde would affect those signs more. Yeah.
You did a reading for me on that other lady's show a while back.
Yeah, the
Could it
unnamed
change?
woman.
Yeah, that other woman. Could my reading change from month to month? I mean, if you did a reading right now, could it be different than it was last time?
It could absolutely be different because every time you make choices or make different decisions, I tell people don't record your reading when you're getting a psychic reading, because if I'm reading for you today, it might be a completely different reading than it was like a month ago or 3 months from now, because I'm reading the energy that you're bringing today with you.
Futures.
So if I
flux.
change my feng shui, say for example in my room or my house, could that affect my reading? I'm just curious if that has an
Absolutely.
effect.
Absolutely, because it affects your mindset and you're more aware of it and you're going to be more conscious of it. It's like the law of attraction.
Okay, well, if you feel like doing a reading, I'll be happy to permit you to do so.
Sure. And you have a unique spelling to your name, Eric. You're Eric with a K. Tell me your birthday again.
It's different, yeah, a little different.
What's your birthday?
I wasn't available to have a say in that, but I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Eric, what's your birthday?
December 15.
And what year?
I think you know already, don't you?
1801.
Just tell me the last two digits.
And it ends with the 2.
Okay. I know the numbers. Okay. So did you have a question for me?
Well,
Let me ask you this. Have you been practicing more self-care since we spoke?
Yes. I haven't started the cardio yet, but I just realized more so this week that I absolutely have to, because my energy is low, and I just know that I need to make some changes to kind of bring it back.
Absolutely. So if you haven't started the cardio yet, then your reading is going to be kind of similar to what I said before, because you'll easily, effortlessly give your energy away if you're not supporting yourself. And supporting yourself would be like the cardio and the getting back to nature kind of stuff.
Well, I am back to nature, so that's one good thing. I've definitely got that going on. I've been the cardio.
Yeah, well, you're in Sedona. You have to be back to nature. You have no choice out there. Do you notice the difference?
Go ahead.
How it feels there?
Well, I'm not actually in Sedona. I'm in Cottonwood, but if you go to Sedona, there's apparently some pretty heavy-duty vortexes there, and I'm actually at this Awareness Expo conference, and there was a lady there. I can't think of her name right now. She spoke today, and there's another lady, and they're both in Sedona, and they do these. They walk the land is what they do, and this lady knows where all the vortexes are, and this is kind of heavy. She, for example, knows where the Palladian vortexes are. She knows where the Arcturian vortexes are. according to her and her experience, she could go to different parts of the mountains and where the red rocks are and these really heavy duty energy sites, and she can get these downloads and know that these downloads are coming from a specific race, let's say. And so I got an appointment Wednesday to go with her and this other lady and walk the land, and she's going to take me to the Palladian vortex, and so I'm going to see if I can get some downloads going on out there.
Wonderful. And does she use like the divination tool of dowsing to determine this?
I'm not sure, but she showed a video where she walks the land, and then she'll put her hand on a tree, for example, and then she'll feel the energy from the tree, and then also certain plants that are on the ground. It's really different, and she was her story is totally unique. She was not a singer, but somehow she had some experience where suddenly after that experience, she was able to sing these notes that are. She didn't know it at the time, but she sang today, and it was really awesome. She was a very beautiful singer, but some guy heard her singing in some conference that she was at or on YouTube or whatever, and he's an expert. He analyzes these notes, these different tones, and he just did it without. She didn't even know that he was going to do this, and so he did this analysis for her, and he sent it to her, and she was told by this guy that these notes that she hits are not from this world. They're not normal. They're not notes that you would normally hear. And so she did this today. I actually recorded it. Next time I could actually play it, but maybe not right this second. But I actually have it on my iPad right now. I could play her singing these notes. And I'm not kidding you. We're sitting in the room, and as she's hitting these notes, she's moving her arms around and bringing in this energy, and I felt a shift in my body. It was weird. It was like I felt like something negative energy was trying to get out of my body. It was different. So I'm really curious to see what happens when I go on this nature walk and see. I've never experienced this sort of stuff, so I'm just kind of I'm not skeptical. I'm more curious, but I want to experience it and see what's going on.
Yeah, you got to go and hug a tree, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And
hug a rock. I want to hug a red rock.
Oh, yeah. Sit on a rock, meditate, and become one with the rock.
Yeah.
The crystals in the rock will speak to you. I can hear crystals.
I've heard that. People can do that. Do you hear crystals, Paisley? Can you hear tones?
No, I don't. No, but when I do my reading, sometimes I get information in the body, so sometimes I can smell information or taste it.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that so much, but I'll get pictures in my head, but I can hear things that other people don't hear.
I can. I recently began being able to hear the different frequencies.
Yeah, crystals, when someone brings a crystal into the room, I can hear its frequency, and I can feel it's either a dark energy or a positive energy, but most crystals have a very smooth, positive energy because of their shape. If it has a broken crystal, would probably have a more negative sound to it, I think. And they suck energy in. They actually absorb negative energy. So if you have something bad in your room, something that you feel is negative, the crystal will absorb it eventually. Do you think so, Paisley? I've heard this, and it seems to work.
That the crystal can absorb? Yeah.
It seems to work. For me, it seems to work.
Yeah, this is why it's really important if you're using crystals, or even if you just have crystals around your house, like for decoration because they're cool looking, you want to put them on a windowsill or put them outside in a full moon to clear the energy.
If you want to clear it, if you want to clear it and cleanse it out, and what you do is you put it in the moonlight which actually right here in Ontario right now, it's a perfect night for a really bright moonlight out right now. It's amazing. And if you had a pyramid, one of those that they had in the 60s, they're patented as razor blade sharpeners or something that keeps your fruit good. If you can still get those, or you can make one. I should put it on the website how to build one of those.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah, and you can really charge your crystals in the moonlight with one of them. I used to build them when I was a kid, actually.
The copper ones?
I used copper wire and bent it into shape. But I had all the dimensions when I was, I think, 11 years old. I was doing this. I remember the other day I bought this book, and it was how to build a pyramid and sharpen razor blades and stuff. It was based on Patrick Flanagan's book, Pyramid Power, but it was a how to build one for anyone. I don't know if I still have this book. I bought it when I was a kid. Somehow I ordered it on out of a magazine.
Yeah, I do a lecture on pyramids because they're so powerful. I attracted a Mercedes-Benz by using a pyramid. Like I wanted a new car, and so...
Electron pyramid. I'm okay. We're going to have to go switch over to the network in a second here, yeah?
This is fun.
I think Allison might be here now. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
I can.
All right, you got to wait till after the break here.
Okay. Hang on a second.
We're going into the network now.
I'm just talking with the producer right now. I'm giving him an okay now. And it looks like, yeah, I should do it right now. Okay.
Is Joe the producer?
Yep. I got to get my music going here.
Joe Roop.
Yeah. Hey, I kind of want to tell him some stuff after. Paisley, how long are you going to stay on the show tonight?
2 more hours? Can you
she's
make
going
it?
to stay the whole night?
Absolutely.
Oh,
wow.
Yep. Beautiful.
I got your back. I'm here.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And for the people just coming in
on the West Coast. But don't go to sleep now. It's time for Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. Featuring Wolfman Mike, Jeff the Grey, Adam Shadow, and Darren, the man with 1,000 questions. Now join us as we explore the mysterious nature of our world. Igor, release the monsters from the dungeon. Curtis Green, the Tulsa Wolverine, Eric the Protector of Pacales, and Joe Roop and Stabby McHugs.
Oh, thank you very much. This is Ghost Elvis, and welcome to Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. All right, this is Ghost Elvis, and you are listening to KTLK, The Fringe.fm, digital radio network. All right, yeah, we're the king of paranormal radio, KTLK. The Fringe.fm. Remember that, folks. All right, we are the king. Know that. All right.
That's enough, Ghost Elvis. Jeez, that guy, man, he just won't shut up. All right, we're back with, and for those just joining us, we're here with Paisley Town. We're in Paisley Town, man. We are in Paisley Town.
Yes, that's true.
All right, now, is Paisley Town a real town?
It is. Outside of the town, outside of the city of Glasgow, there's a little town there called Paisley.
All right. And are you from Paisley Town? Because you are Paisley Town. This is Paisley Town, and she's from Paisley Town. All right.
I'm from Funky Town. I'm from Motown.
Oh.
Funky Town.
We've got a caller.
Oh, yeah, we got a caller already.
Eric, can you hold off on your reading for a second?
Problem. No problem.
All right, Allison's here, Paisley. Go ahead,
How
Allison.
are you tonight?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. You spell your name very uniquely.
How'd you know that?
Because I can see you in the chat room on speaker.
Oh, okay. I didn't know my name was on there.
When is your birthday?
September the 9th.
Okay, and what year?
Oh, really?
You don't have to, but it'll give me more information about you.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
81.
Okay, did you have a question you wanted to ask?
Well, I have two. But I can. I want to know when my son will be potty trained.
Come on, that's not a question.
That's specific.
Will my? Does it have to be about me?
Yes.
This is a reading for you. This is your big opportunity.
I don't have a specific question. I've been
Okay, I'm just going to start telling you things.
Allison, can you turn yourself up a bit? You're a bit quiet.
I could try. Is that better?
Oh, yes.
A little bit.
No, it's a lot better.
So, Allison, I was talking to Eric earlier, Eric with a K, looking at his birthday and his numbers. And your birthday and your numbers are really similar to his, with the elements of water and fire in the numbers. So the name Allison is a 7, which is a water number. So I'd say you're a super independent person, and you take responsibility really seriously. So you always try and do the right thing, and you put everybody first ahead of yourself.
Oh,
Similar
I hope not
to Eric.
everybody.
You do. You do. You put everybody ahead of yourself, and you have the personality of a teacher, an artist, and a healer.
Oh, wow.
What's your art? Do you do healing or artwork?
Oh, no. I don't know.
What kind of career do you do? Like besides being an awesome mom?
I work part-time as a valet.
Okay, so you're helping other people put their cars away.
Sure.
No, but you're working in the
I thought you
service
said
industry,
ballet. I was thinking.
I'm charging them too much for something they can do themselves.
Yeah, that's awesome. But they want someone to do that for them, so you're providing a service. So you're helping other people.
Sure. I've been in the service industry for a long time.
Yeah, usually people with September 9th birthday, for females, that they work in service, customer service, counseling, healing, helping, art, music, dance, something creative, fun. If it's a male with a September 9th birthday, it would be similar, but men with that birthday will often work with metal or wood.
I could see that. I had a roommate with the same birthday, and he was handy.
Mm-hmm. And was he an artist healer also?
I think it would be fair to say that, sure.
Mm-hmm. So part of your life lesson is the fact that you will be coming into your voice more to have your needs met.